All right. Well, I have a little monitoring station down to the left-hand side, and I guess another monitoring station up on the top of the dam. There is a nice hole or a window looking through to the background, but at the moment everything is just completely covered with snow and blur from the clouds. So that doesn't give me any other visual reference. Now, I would love to have had some trees in the background there, but I don't think that that's going to happen. The way that the water is coming down, it's beautifully graphic. The water has a wonderful texture as well. I think that this is going to be quite an interesting shot, and maybe unlike any other shot that I've taken before. Very interesting.
I continued up into the mountains as the snow began to fall even heavier. At a random spot, I pulled off to the side of the road and ventured into the snowy forest, not knowing what I would find, but with a keen sense of adventure. I discovered a stream with some interesting pools of water, with bamboo grass just under the surface. They offered some interesting opportunities, and so I began to set up.
Stamp down a place for my bag. Snow's pretty deep, and every 10 steps or so I go in up to my knee. We've had a bit of warmer weather, so what that does is it freezes the base, and then softer snow piles on top of that. So there is a bit of harder compacted snow underneath of this softer base, but because I'm quite heavy and with my bag, I do break through that and up to my knee. So yeah, I'm going to go for a shot here, and it's snowing pretty hard, so I better get moving.
Unfortunately, I was a little too slow in getting ready, and those small pools lost their magic due to the heavy snow. Fortunately, I had to just turn around, and I discovered a scene that made me shiver with anticipation.
Okay, we're gonna try that and see how we go. Whew. Right, so I have a very small tree, maybe a maple tree, on the opposite bank, and it is so perfectly framed up with this taller tree next to it leaning over to the opposite side. Everything is a bit frozen on this camera now.
This simple yet dramatic scene had so much character, and the atmosphere inspired several more images. Here, the first one, was a wide shot, quaint and intimate. A haiku written in shadow and light.
I'm gonna bring it back just a bit. All right, I'm gonna put it into a 1:1 aspect ratio. I'm gonna really bring it in tight And that off there. A little bit more. Little bit more. Bring it down a little bit. I don't want the trees in the background. There we go. Oh, that's lovely. That's it. Okay. You still with me? It's an interesting shot. I really got to play with the composition for a while there. And the conditions are very interesting. So I played with some longer exposure to let the water run. But I think that because of the high wind and the lots of snow, it kind of made the entire scene too milky. So I threw it back into a slightly higher shutter speed to capture that running water and a little bit of the snow. So I took probably about a dozen different options, and I'll sort through them once I get back into Lightroom. Let's move that over just a bit. There we go. You can see how deep the snow is, right? All right. There we go. Oh, you are so lovely. Absolutely lovely, this little tree. Right next to this little brook. So happy to meet your acquaintance. Some of the snow accumulation off here before it freezes. Okay. Okay. Move it over just a bit. Pack that snow down nice and hard. There we go. Oh, wow, that is beautiful. Have those two rocks right there still in the shot. You know, a shot like this is about what you keep in the shot and what you keep out. Wind is picking up. Might wait a second for that to calm down. I'm going to change my aspect ratio again. I'm going to go actually make it a full shot because, oh yeah, there we go. There we go. I have the trees in the background fully out of the shot, and that gives more weight, whew, that wind, to that rock in the water. Okay, I'm going to go for a shot right there. 2-second timer, and let's see, how do we go? There we go. Done. Well, this shot is done.
After I wrestled my tripod from the deep snow, I moved even closer to the little tree. In each image of this series, I cut away more and more of the landscape, and at last I was face to face with its simple beauty. With nothing more than a barren tree, snow, and a few twigs, I captured the most poetic shot of the day. I was just warming up and went in search of another winter surprise. It wasn't long before this lowly bamboo grass called out to me, And who am I to refuse? Bamboo grass isn't known for its beauty, but when one stands so tall and proud in this winter wonderland, it becomes a work of art. It's only up to me to capture it. I stopped to capture some B-roll of this bridge on my way home, and Mother Nature put on a show. I tucked down between the posts of the fence, and as the wind intensified, I fired away. As each gust blew stronger, the bridge became less and less visible, with the last shot leaving only an impression of a bridge. Let me know which image you prefer in the comments below. Hey everyone, that brings us to the end of the episode and the end of 2025, my last episode of the year. I wanted to say thank you for watching this episode, but also for your support for this past year. It really means a lot that you would want to spend any of your precious time watching my videos and supporting my channel. So thank you very much. I wish you all the best for a happy, healthy, and adventurous 2026.